guys. Just wanted to show you that guy. This has been going on for the last couple days. By the way, it's 19th of October 2021. It's pretty loud outside, but it's even worse in the house. It's just echoing in there. They're construction guys. It's what they got to do. I understand that, but they should give them the proper tools to do what they're doing. This guy's been hammer drilling on that thing for 2 days with a bit that was shot a year ago. He's not doing anything, but he'd be better off with a hammer. He would be better off with a hammer to do what he's doing. It's not working. So I got bits over there that you just drill right down and you whack it with a hammer. I'd had that curb knocked out in about 15 minutes. But they don't give them the tools that they need. Now, I can't give them a tool for that because it takes the Hilti type. It doesn't take just a regular chuck thing. And those Hilti types are better for drilling. I had Hilti hammer drills before. They're absolutely fantastic. But even though the bits are cheap, it's normally these Chinese ones. I bought some Chinese bits, and I'm not kidding you, one hole, and the thing was shot. Well, you know, what are they selling? Why can't they make anything worth a shit? I don't get that. But did want to talk about the little lamp that we bought yesterday. I went ahead and turned that on last night. I charged it fully, turned it on. My wife was using hers outside. It seems to work really good. And I left it on full blast, and the son of a gun ran for 6 hours and 10 minutes. I was actually pretty shocked. That was on full blast. So that's pretty nice little light for like 50 peso. So if you see those, they're nice to have for an emergency. I might get a few more just to have around, you know, because when we get the generator, there's only going to be a few things we run off it. I'm going to work it out in the panel to where I might even do a little tiny sub panel that's all it's going to do is run the fridge, the deep freezer, and maybe the TV, just the TV plugs. How they ran the living room plugs, that's all they ran on that one. They didn't go upstairs with it or nothing. He just ran from the panel to the first plug below the panel. Then he went over to the plug where the couch is that we don't use. Then he ran to the other one. Then he went up over the door to the TV plug. And then the other plug down below, he came from the other side. So that's cool. I went and checked where all my plugs come from. So it'll be really easy to tie that in and just get the things important to run. It doesn't run a whole lot of other stuff. You know, we'll have a plug if we need it. And I'll calculate exactly what I need to run these things in case if they want to start at the same time. I doubt they will. Deep freezer, that thing doesn't really run that much at all. Morning, Tatai. But it doesn't. It's cold. We got to defrost it. It's frost up. My wife was making ice, and of course the ice spilled, so there's a ½ inch of frozen ice on the bottom. The sides are all from opening it and closing it. It's all bad. That stuff should be in the fridge in the house where it's a defrosted one, and just use that one for our frozen stuff that I buy every month. So, but that's the way that goes. Did see in the news where this Colin Powell, how do you get a name like that? I knew a guy in England named Colin, but Colin, his dad must have thought he was a real, what. But you think about how people get names. It's making me wonder. They're talking about all kinds of other things. He was, one place said he was jabbed, one said he got the booster, and then they say he even had a third one. So different reports. I don't know how the media is going to play that one out. But, I think about how people get names, and I'll tell you how I gave names to a dog I had. I had one dog. It was a blonde hair. It looked like had a body like a greyhound. Must have had maybe some Doberman because it had a long snout. And she was little, a few months old, but she was lean already. Short blonde hair, little white spot on her neck. Beautiful, beautiful little dog. And they wanted me to take it. They couldn't keep it, and okay. So they just handed her to me, and I took her, and I'm just fell in love with her as soon as I looked at her. Just a little super love dog. And I put her down on the floor. As soon as I set her down, she left the dump. So Her name was Pooper. That's what I named her. So I often wonder what Colin Powell's family happened when they named him. But beautiful day, guys. When it's depressing when it's not sunshiny, and we're getting some sunshine. We got clouds all around. Watched that Westpac WX. There's rain all around. They're talking south of Manila. There might be some rains this evening, and I'm hoping that. Okay, watch out. We got the fish man coming. I'm hoping that the rains will quit soon. I was in rainy season. Howdy. In rainy season, the year Mumu was born, so rained the last of May all the way through to December. Kind of quit on the 1st of January that year, and it was depressing. I mean, I was actually thinking of leaving. I said I can't take another year like this, and of course we haven't had any. This rainy season actually hasn't been that bad for us here. Carmona, we had beautiful weather. You can see on the videos, and then here it's not like it just very few days. It just rains the entire day. We had the storm and all that, but that's not a big deal. But it might rain this afternoon, but today, right now, I got some beautiful sunshine, and we're soaking it up, right, Bub? Mm-hmm. Yep. And yesterday we had pretty good weather. Kids and I were riding the bikes, and one of the things that amazes me, we chit chat the whole time we're riding the bike. I just usually go in second gear and tool up and down the streets real easy, but they didn't want to ride all together. They wanted to ride separate. So the last one I took Geronimo. We're tooling around, and he talks about everything. It just amazes me, and the stuff that he remembers from a long time ago. It amazes me. And this little guy right here. Hello. We yak our heads off. We're doing a video now, so he knows to be a little bit quiet, but they really like to talk, these kids. He's got a school coming up here pretty soon. We don't have anything planned today, but we got school is coming. He's prepared for today. We'll let Dorothy go first. He can sit and watch, and watch and learn, kind of. So we'll get him going. But back's eased up a little bit today. It's not too bad. I'm a little sore. Every time the back hurts, it blocks up the bowel, and it's domino effect. And all of a sudden, my stomach gets bloated, heart starts beating funny. I did have that thing where I put just a little bit of cheese. I put a little bit of cheese in that bean dip that I made, and I ate quite a bit of the bean dip. But I can't even put a little bit of cheese and stuff anymore, because I had that dang sleep apnea thing happen again, because where you're just drift off and you're waking up gasping, and it's from the cheese, because I haven't had any milk or cheese for quite a while. No sleep apnea, and then boom, back again. Plus I get a real terrible feeling, just not good. No, there's guys living in there now. Yeah, the guys are living in here. The little hut that was over there to the left of the valve house, it's gone. It's all fall down. That's where the workers were living for a while, but the storm took it, so they just tore it down. But yesterday I saw hanging on that wire a bunch of clothes, so I think there was a dude living in that little house. We've seen him around here quite a bit, but there's a blow-off valve here. It's not a big tank for this place. I hope that they get it taken care of. We got the guys working on the fence here. Every place they find a bad one, they're doing it. Good morning. Beautiful day, huh? Yep. But this is how they mix their cement, guys. This is the men working, making his mortar. Morning. But yeah, they're getting this all fixed up. This is where we saw a lot of snakes over here. There are more of them here than over by our place, but they're seeing them at our place pretty good. So we're watching. Somebody, can't remember the name now. Sorry, dude. Thanks for the tip. But he said Palawan, they got a snake bite kit. Gave me the name of the place. I'm gonna look it up today. be nice to have one, because seems like with these cobra bites, yeah, you croak from that stuff. So, you know, we got the kids, I don't care what kind of snake it is, just move away. You know, and we're watching when we go out at night. We got the flashlight, because they come out at night too. I was surprised how many I seen at night. I know in the States, that's why when we would coon hunt at night, we'd never go to the west, or the west facing bank after dark, because that's the warmest one. That's where the rocks are heated up the best, and the snakes will move from the east facing bank through the river and up to that side, and that's where they'll lay to stay warm. And here I think they're coming out on the road, because look, it gets hit by the sun all day, and it's warm. It's always warm. So, and these grassy areas that they're cutting back, like here, yeah, that'll keep them out somewhat, but they got places to hide in there. I do see them. I saw one the one day. I wished I had my camera with me, but it was dark, and I seen one sitting. I was kind of looking with the flashlight, and there was one that had a mouse in him. He must have just eaten it, because it was only maybe 4 or 5 inches down his throat, and you could see the lump. so they're doing the job. Yes, we can go Banana Street. The kids and I gave all these streets names. Love to have some signage. Let us name it. We had over in Carmona, we named all the streets too, and we knew what they're called. We named this one Banana Street because there's a banana. The street down there we call it Bamboo, because those big 60-foot high bamboos. This one's Tower Street because the tower. And the next one up, Asso Street, because of the mean dogs on it. And we got another one named Short Street. Ours is Our, H-O-U-R, Our Street. And then the one on the end is Papaya, because all the little papaya plants, I mean, there's just hundreds of them. There's a big, beautiful doggy. He's nice, though. He barks. He's got a really mean bark, but he's friendly as heck. You can pet him right through the cage. He's just a beautiful, beautiful dog. He's the one that was running around loose, and they went ahead and they got the pen for him, so they're keeping him in. It's a shame that he's got to be in jail. Yeah, they threw him in jail, so that's a royal bummer. That's a real bummer. But I think they're just about done with this house here. It's actually a beautiful house. I'd love to see the inside. I wish I'd have got windows like that with the mirror on them. I didn't think of it, but we can always change them down the road. I don't really particularly like our windows too much. They're crappy. They don't like to open real good already. They get like jammed up when you're going to push them out. I like that the way they fold out, so that keeps the rain out in case it starts raining, pretty much. But the mechanism's already jamming up. You got to be real careful opening them so they don't break. I was getting the kids to open and close them, and now we do it. Just Faye and I do it, because if you push too hard, you're going to break something, and that's a shame. But here's another pup locked up in a jail cell. That poor little guy, he'll live there. And the bad thing is, the way they bark, nobody's going to pet them, so they don't get socialized. And if they do get out, they might bite. I mean, they might just attack you and bite. And that's a beautiful dog. Absolutely beautiful dog. So I don't understand the mentality of folks and their dogs here. They got another black one back there. I don't know what happened to him. I don't see him. Where's he at? Oh, he's inside? Okay. Yeah, there's a beautiful black one, but he's one that I'm afraid if he ever got loose, he'd bite you. He'd bite or attack or something. But that's a shame how that goes. But look at this day we're having, guys. It's just absolutely gorgeous. Yep, there's an airplane. But Mama, we're not like I say, we're not doing much today. We got the kids' schooling starting at 9, and it's usually an hour for each one. Faye goes and picks up all their stuff 1 day a week, and then we work on it every day. And they're blowing through it. I mean, they're blowing through it. We got the neighbor kid helping with tutoring to free her up a little bit, because even though we got a tiny house, it's just like the other places we've lived here. It gets kind of dusty and crappy underneath the couch. I got to pull that out today. clean up under there again because it just gets so full of crud under there. Upstairs bedroom's not too bad. I went under there just to see how bad it was getting, and it's not too bad. That's only a cleanup maybe once every couple months. We got rid of the spiders. You know, we had so many of them, but sorry guys, I know they're probably good, but no, I'm not gonna have a big spider running across my face at night, running on the bed and stuff. And the big lizards were coming in. I didn't know those lizards would eat those spiders, but we had a really big one came in. You know, he was 1.5 feet long, and they eat those spiders. I didn't know they ate those spiders. But these spiders with the little eggs that they carry around on their belly, and then they carry the babies on their back after they all hatch. You just give them the slightest swipe and they're done. I mean, they're super delicate and they're fast. Gosh dang, these things, they're super fast. So they are hard to get. You know, I got them. I have that fly swatter now that has it's like an antenna, telescopic handle on it. And if I put that all the way out, I can get them. But they sense your movement. They feel it. I guess they feel it in the air, because if you get in there, right off the bat, they're going. They're trying to. They don't want to be around you. But I pretty much got them done. The ones the kids and I didn't catch myself, we caught them on. They got stuck on the sticky stuff. I've seen spiders before. I don't like to put the sticky stuff, because then the little teeny weeny lizards that eat all the bugs, they get caught up in that too, and I don't like to see them go. But they do. They poop all over. You got to watch that. But they had a group of people over in that development over on the other side. They were having a big karaoke thing the other night. We had chain lightning and stuff, and yeah, I was listening to it. They were singing pretty good. I got serenaded my whole walk, and it was 2:30 somewhere in there. But my little walking buddy, you always come with me, don't you? Yeah. Hey, this is my little shadow right here. That's what my wife calls him. Oh, you got a nice rock. Let me see that one.
It's for you.
Oh no, here, watch what I'll do with it. What? He picked his mommy some flowers the other day, and she was happy to get them. He picked these kind, huh, Maddie? He picked her some of these pretty little flowers. I don't know what they're called. They're pretty though. They grow all around here. But I remember years ago, you know, when you give a gift, you should accept it graciously. I remember years ago, my first wife, we didn't have a lot of money, and the money I was making, you know, it was all tied up. I mean, a lot of times I didn't even have money for a can of pop, you know what I mean? And a buddy of mine, he said, hey, he ordered some appliances at the Sears, and they wanted $50 for delivery, you know, because he was pretty far away. And he says, look, I'll put gas in your tank, because he had a gas tank for his farm implements, so his gas was real cheap. He says, come over to my house, I'll fill up your tank, and we'll go up to Sears, get my stuff, and I'll give you $35. So I was like, cool, you know. Them days, honest guys, $35 was a windfall, you know, when it was extra money. So I got that $35, and I thought, I'm gonna do something nice for my sweetie. And I got her that, I went into the flower shop. I didn't want to get flowers that are going to die. Yeah, we can go that way. I didn't want to get flowers that would just die or anything like that. So there was this big bowl. It was a huge bowl. It was plastic, but it was supposed to be like pottery. And it had all kinds of little plants in it. So it was $38. And I told the lady, look, I got 35. I mean... And she said, I'll let you have it for that. And I said, yeah, but I'd like it delivered, so that's a surprise. She said, I'll even deliver it. I said, yeah, I know, but I don't even have a tip. You know, this is it. This is all I got. She said, don't worry, honey, I'll take care of you. Little small town flower shop. So they came to the front door, and I told her, hey, I think that's for you. And she's like, because I usually answer the door. And They gave it to her, and she took it, and she put it on the table, and they left. She had a couple dollars. She actually gave them a tip. You know, you got to learn this when you're married. If you have $100 and your wife has $100, the house has $100. Get that through your head, guys. Well, she did give him a $1 tip, something like that. And then she came in. She goes, what the F is this? And I had wrote up a beautiful little card on there, and she picked it up and she smashed it on the table and dumped it all over. You, Gene, we don't have any money, and you're taking it and buying this shit. And boy, I'll tell you what, guys, that really got to me. Really got to me. When you get a gift, you need to be gracious about it, because it's really easy to hurt people's feelings, and that's what happened. Hey, buddy. It's just like when you give something to somebody. We gave her brother a bike, and he sold it. And I remember my wife gave her mom a fridge, and she sold it. Well, you can't be an Indian giver. If you give something to somebody, it's theirs to do with as they please. That's how you have to think of it. It's gone from you, and if they feel the need to sell it, that's their business. If that hurts your feelings, don't give them anything. But don't be that way when it comes to giving, to give to people. The dude wanted to sell it, and my wife said, "Oh, he wants to sell it. Is it okay with you?" What do you mean it's okay with me? It's not mine. It's got nothing to do with me anymore. We gave him the bike. It broke. I was too heavy for it, and I'm not going to send it back. They sent me, the company, it was a really good company out of Manila, even though it was a Chinese bike. They sent me a whole new wheel, tire, everything. So it had spare parts. We put it back together, and then Faye rode it a little bit, and we give it to the brother. And he was going to use it to ride to work, but then he wound up, he gave up that job at McDonald's, and he's doing a home-based, he watches TikTok videos. He was making a low amount at McDonald's for working 5-6 days a week, 8 hours a day. Now he works his 8 hours for like 5, and he makes more than double what he was making. So I'm glad to hear that. But I'm not an Indian giver. Might be an Indian, but I'm not an Indian giver. If I give something to somebody, it's their business. I don't want to, I'm done with it. They like it and are gracious. That's a plus. That's a plus for me. But that's how she's got to be. We're almost done with our walk, buddy. Huh? That sun feels pretty good. Yeah. No. Goofy. You're a goofy guy. Oh, I'm so happy the sun's shining. I'm glad that guy stopped his hammer and drill. It was, I know it's a construction site, and I'll never say anything to him, but it was really starting to get on me, especially the other day. I was already getting frustrated over some things, and it happens to me too, just like everyone else. I don't mean to be that way. I had some good comments from some folks and some good advice. Guys, I take it. I appreciate all the comments I get. Love you guys. I get some great comments, and I don't worry too much about the trolls because I just get rid of them. I don't do trolls. So, but I'll show you what this fellow was doing with this burned out bit hammer drill, and it's 2 days of it, a couple days of it, and this is as far as he got, guys. That's not good. That's not good at all. But they're getting the drain pipes in. There's the septic. There's the septic system. It's always good to have the 2-tank system, but that seems like that middle wall's up too high. Looks to me like it's a little bit too high, but they're nice and deep. That should be a little bit lower so the water can pour over the top. It's over a little bit, not much, but you never want the second one when you're checking your septic system. This one starts getting full of poo-poo. You better get it sucked out. We've been throwing the enzymes down the toilet every 3 months. We got a year supply of that. Put 2 in since we've been here. Morning. And we got that, you got to watch the septic system. You got to watch throwing all this, like that blue stuff my wife uses to clean the toilet and all the bleach and stuff. I don't like that. I'd rather it goes in the outside drain. It doesn't go through the septic. I would love to see houses, and if I ever build one personally myself, I'll do it, is that kitchen sinks, all the sinks, the showers will go into the storm drain, and only the toilets, and maybe you got to have some water in there, not just the toilet water. And with these energy saving toilets, there's not enough water, but not too much on the house. you know, with all the extra water and all the drain, you know, like one thing I don't think is good to use at all is drain cleaner. You know, that's not good for your septic at all. And here, I haven't seen too many places that are city sewage. It's all, you know, maybe in Manila and the bigger towns, I don't know, but everywhere we've been has been a septic tank. Well, the first house we moved into, I was worried about that septic system because it had sat empty for a couple years, and then that kind of, you know, I guess it didn't dry out, but we didn't have any problem with that septic. But day one, I was throwing the enzyme down there. I had a year's supply, 4 bags of the stuff, and I put one in every month, you know, to get that thing cooking. And we didn't have any problems. 6 years there, we didn't have a bit of problem with the septic, and the people that are there now aren't having any problem. Faye's buddy moved in there. I think they built their own place, and she moved out. I don't know if anybody's in there yet, but good little house. That was one that my wife wanted to fix up, but I didn't want to fix it up because I wanted this. You know, I wanted this little place. Thanks, buddy. He's wiping my sweat for me. It gets sweaty on these walks, guys. It really does. Okay, thanks, buddy. Oh, my little good boy. Don't even got to ask him stuff. He's so sweet. He rubs. I had some problem with my hand before, and every night he rubbed my hand. Don't have to ask him. He just does it. And then my dumbbells. I did a routine with the dumbbells, and you know, I don't stop. I don't do reps and quit. I do one exercise, you know, like over the head with 2 of them, and then I'll switch to curls, and then I'll switch to pulling it up like this, and then I'll switch to the twist and go back. And I do it until I can't hardly push it up anymore. And I got really sore in my in the right arm, right there, and it was sore. And he's seen me rubbing it, and so far for the last 3 nights he rubs, and he doesn't quit. He does it for like a half an hour. You know, I told him, I says, it'll help make you strong. He's my super fast runner. He loves to run around the circle, and he's. I'm telling you guys, I'm impressed with his speed. When I was a little kid, I could outrun anybody I knew, and he's the same. He's quick. He's really fast. Dorothy's got the longer legs and a beautiful stride. She's going to be a heck of a runner, but he can't be second. He just can't be. He throws it into overdrive and will just pass. And it just amazes me. And guys, it reminds me of me. The same thing. I'd start out a lot of times and I'd be behind, and I just couldn't. I kept my eye on the finish line, and I just dug until I passed everybody. And that's how it always was. I only had one buddy that he really couldn't beat me, and I really couldn't beat him. Him and I used to foot race all the time. He wasn't a real big fella, maybe 5'10", 160 pounds, but I was a union plasterer, and the dude was just strong, you know, from holding that hawk and plastering all day. This guy was in good shape. We used to wrestle, and I'm telling you what, even though I was about 290, it was tough to get the best of him. I mean, he was a big, strong dude. And him and I used to foot race around the house, always foot racing, and couldn't beat him. I just could never get where I just constantly beat him. He was the fastest guy. That was my buddy Danny. Good guy. Knew his whole family.
Papa, where's my violin?
Oh, it's somewhere upstairs in the stuff. You got to ask Mommy. She's got a little violin. I like to keep the musical instruments around. We're still looking for somebody to teach him. There was one dude going to teach him music, but I'd like them to learn from a book, you know. And music's got to be in there. Music has to be in these kids' life. I played some banjo for a while. My oldest son played guitar. My sister, I had a sister that played the clarinet. Another one played the flute. You know, and when I was going to school, I actually started playing guitar, and I got picked on for it, so I lost all interest in it because I didn't have any buddies that was into it. And when I'd play my guitar and sing songs, I was actually getting kind of good. You know, people just laughed at me and made it funny. So you can't do that. You have to build people up when they're doing something. The job is to build them up. because that's what you would want. Treat others like you want to be treated. And so I want to get these kids going in that. We'll find some place probably where we have to take them. The kids right now, they tie up a lot of stuff. That's just how it goes, and our time, and that's what it has to be. That's what it was earlier with the other kids. And I remember taking my kids to music lesson. My goodness, it was a 25-mile ride one way, and then just so he'd go, that's when I took the banjo, and he was doing guitar, and he got pretty good. I see you back there. And then plus their private schooling. My goodness, it was a different direction. Another 25 miles I had to drive them and sit and wait, because no sense in going home. I would have to sit and wait for them. That's just how things go, and this is what you have to do with your little ones. They're little U's, and you have to build them up and make sure they do good. So they're just some thoughts of mine I had today. I'm going to go ahead and let you go. And what about you guys? What you going to say? Guys, I just get the biggest kick out of that. All right. Love you all. Thank you for all the great comments, guys, and the advice and stuff. You all take care now, you hear?